Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Q News, bringing you the latest regional and international developments. And here are the top stories making headlines this hour. The European Union said that it has pledged more than 88 million euros this year to support the Palestinian Authority, with Brussels stressing that future funding is tied to a reform agenda and a viable two-state solution. European Commissioner for the Mediterranean, Dubravka Suisa, said that EU member states have so far pledged over 88 million euros in 2025 to assist the Palestinian Authority, adding that the bloc's financial support is linked to reforms the Palestinian Authority has committed to implement. She described those reforms as a prerequisite for a viable two-state solution, which she called the EU's ultimate goal. The 27-nation bloc, the largest financial backer of the Palestinians, is also seeking a more prominent diplomatic role after being largely sidelined in U.S. President Donald Trump's efforts to end the Israel-Hamas war.
The current fiscal crisis is politically motivated.
In Gaza City, Palestinians are grieving loved ones killed in new strikes as families ask how long they will keep being targeted and displaced. Scenes from Gaza City show families weeping over the bodies of relatives killed in the latest wave of strikes. One woman who lost 3 family members asked how long Palestinians would continue to be targeted and driven from their homes. The renewed attacks have deepened shock and exhaustion in neighborhoods already scarred by 2 years of war, with residents saying that they see no sign of lasting safety despite the current truce arrangements. Meanwhile, an Israeli government spokeswoman said that Israel made the decision independently to strike the Gaza Strip after one of the deadliest days since the October 10th truce and new attacks on Hezbollah in Lebanon. In a briefing, Israeli government spokeswoman Shosh Bedrosian said that Israel decided on its latest strikes in Gaza independently without specifying further, as casualty numbers rose from attacks that local officials called among the deadliest since the truce took effect on October 10. The strikes came just hours after Israel also announced a series of attacks on Hezbollah targets in southern Lebanon, despite a nearly year-long ceasefire there. The twin escalations on both fronts are fueling concerns that the fragile arrangements in Gaza and along the Lebanese border could quickly unravel. Voting for Egyptians abroad in the second phase of the 2025 House of Representatives elections has begun, with polling taking place over 2 days in 117 countries. The second phase of the 2025 parliamentary elections covers the governorates of Cairo, Qalyubiyya, Dakhiliyya, Menoufiya Gharbiyya, Kafr al-Sheikh, Sharqiyya, Damyata, Port Said, Ismailia, Suez, North Sinai and South Sinai. Egyptians residing abroad whose home governorates fall within this phase are eligible to cast their ballots at embassies and consulates around the world as part of their constitutional right to take part in choosing the new House of Representatives. The director of the executive body of the Egyptian National Election Authority, Councillor Ahmed bin Dairi, confirmed that the voting process is running smoothly in all polling stations that opened abroad without any complaints or remarks. Councillor bin Dairi stated that the authority received confirmation that work had begun in 105 overseas polling stations out of a total of 139 distributed across 117 countries worldwide. He called on Egyptians abroad whose electoral domicile falls within the governorates of the second phase of the House of Representatives elections to participate during the 2 voting days, urging them to head to the designated polling stations and cast their votes for the candidates they deem suitable. And that brings us to the end of our top stories for this hour. Stay with us for continued coverage, analysis, and breaking updates from across the region and around the world.